Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into TradeChat. My name is Panzer, and today is just a vlog to catch you up on what's going on because it has been an insane month. For those of you who are not aware, we had a huge Play Live St. Jude fundraiser over at twitch.tv/TradeChat, and we kicked serious charity ass. This year we raised over $63,000, which came from 12.6 thousand unique donations, meaning that the average donation was only $5 and we were able to raise $63,000. It's absolute insanity. My team, the Derp Squad, raised over $100,000 this year. Huge thank you and congrats to everybody involved, everyone who donated, who hung out and stream, who were just supportive in general. Thank you so much. All of the prize emails have gone out. All of the prizes that are not claimed by the end of this week will be re-rolled next week. And just to be very transparent about what's going on, for the first round of prizes, I actually included everybody, whether they opted out of prizes or not, because by default, Tiltify opts you out. You have to manually select to be opted in, and I wasn't sure how many people knew that or how many people were aware of that, so I didn't want people to not be in the running for a prize that they may have really wanted because they didn't check the box. So for the first round, everybody who donated was included, and then for the second round, when I do the re-rolls of any prizes that are passed on or unclaimed, I'm only going to be including people who opted into prizes, because then I'll already have their shipping information and I won't have to worry about getting in touch with people. So the second round of prize winners won't be contacted. Your stuff is just going to show up unless it's art, in which case I'll get a hold of you so you can talk to the artist about your custom piece. But yeah, that's what's going on in the St. Jude department. I'm so incredibly humbled and proud, and I'm just blown away by everybody's generosity. I spent a lot of time this year focusing on small donations and letting people know that, your dollar adds up, your $2 adds up. I'm not asking you to donate more than you can afford. Just donate. Even if it's just $1, it'll make a difference. And I think coming out of this and seeing that my average donation was $5.03, I felt so it made me feel so good about all the people who did donate their $1 and $2 and $5 to chip in, even if they didn't have much to donate, because I think it says a lot if you don't have a lot to give and you're still choosing to give. So thank you guys so much. As far as the incentives go, I'm working on them. The photo gallery link should be out this week. The digital photos I'm hoping to have done by next week, and then it kind of gets up in the air from there because I have a lot of traveling to do in July. I'm gone the 30th, then I have Indie PopCon, then I'm going to see Perculia. Then at the end of the month, I'm going to a concert on the other side of New York with one of my friends. And normally when I say the concert's in New York, you think, it's not far. It's 8 hours away though. So it's very far. So I've got that coming up. And then in the beginning of September, late August, I'm going to Scotland. So once that hits, I make no promises about the deadlines, but I'm going to try to get everything that is the $150 or less incentives done before then. I'm doing my best. I'm only one person, but I am way far ahead of where I was last time. So once again, if I have not said it enough, thank you so much for all of your amazing generosity, and thank you for being a part of this with me, because it's just, if someone had told me 4 years ago that I would be part of a team that raised over $250,000 for St. Jude, I would not have believed it. St. Jude has been a huge, important part of my life for the last 4 years. I don't want to get overly sappy and emotional. I just want to catch up those of you who don't know. When I started working with St. Jude in 2014, my dad actually was terminally ill, and the first or second day of the first Play Live event in 2014, my dad actually passed away. And I still fundraised. I still did the best I could, and I think we came out that year raising $16,000 or $17,000, which I'm very proud of. But at that point, I could have never fathomed more. I'm at a loss for words because it's such an amazing thing to have been a part of. And I'm so grateful for you guys who have made all of this possible, because it's just, I feel like World of Warcraft and video games don't always get a great reputation for people. There's a lot of online toxicity. There's a lot of trolls. There's the whole Gamergate thing. There's all these negative things associated with an online gaming community. And I feel like we all came together to prove that there are just as many positive things, more positive things, in fact. And I'm just so humbled and grateful to be a part of it. So from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so much. Also, a big thank you to Lobos Jr. on Twitch, who I feel like his participation in this event helped a lot with like friendly competition, and I feel like more people donated to him because they were like competing with me, and more people donated to me because they were competing with him, and it was this very neck and neck fun race thing to do. And I feel like those are the best kind of competitions. I mean, everybody wins, you know, like at the end of the day, between our two communities, we raised like $125,000 for charity, and I think it's amazing, and I'm so happy that I get to be a part of this. So enough of that zappy stuff. As far as what's going on with my channel and my life, I am going to be continuing to stream. I know. I never have said that before. Usually I'm very clear. I'm not streaming when St. Jude is over. Not my thing, blah, blah, blah. But I have actually had such a blast streaming this month and getting to know all you guys, and I feel like I really connected with a lot of people, and I learned a lot, and it's not something that I'm willing to stop doing. So I do plan on streaming a couple times a week. I'm going to be fully honest right now and say, though, I'm not scheduling anything, because the idea of me streaming is going to be kind of to replace things like like kind of random vlog videos. Not that I won't vlog here at all. I just feel like that's such a better outlet for my stream of consciousness that is vlogs. So if you are interested in following me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/TradeChat. We have a lot of fun emotes. It's a really great community over there. I'm so itchy. I don't know what's going on. I just like itched my ear, and then my face itched, and then it made me feel itchy all over. I get phantom itches all the time. Like if something itches and I don't scratch it, all of a sudden I feel like I'm itchy everywhere. Anyways, that's a weird thing to say, but I said it. Anyways, so I am going to be streaming still not for St. Jude, just St. Jude is over. I'm just still going to be streaming, which I'm very excited about. I would like to be streaming a couple times a week, and I'm very excited to do so. So for all of you guys who encouraged me to do that, thank you so much, because it's been a really great experience for me, and I'm excited to keep going. Did you guys see my hair? This was the reward for hitting like $45,000. You guys got to pick my hair color, and everybody picked Galaxy. So we did kind of a dark blue and purple there's like silver and light blue and pink, kind of like highlights. But it's so much more colorful than I feel like it appears on your TV screen or camera or whatever the heck you're probably not watching this on a camera. That was a weird thing to say. It's more colorful than it looks, I swear. But yeah, so I'm going to keep streaming. I'm really excited about it. I also feel like the audio might be a tiny, eensy-weensy bit wonky in this video. I got a new mic set up for streaming, and I moved it without adjusting anything, and that was probably a dumb thing to do. So I'll work on the audio for the next video. But I am going to be having videos out this week. I plan on at least 2. I want to do like a Blizzard News catch-up video, because I haven't done a Blizzard News video in a while. That'll probably be a more conversational. I really want to get away from things that are heavily scripted, unless they're the type of video that is conducive to scripts. So when I'm going to be doing like news videos and stuff, I would like it to be much more conversational, much less structured. I'm going to kind of have bullet points and go over them, because I feel like you guys have really liked that in the past. I enjoy making it, and I think the whole thing comes out to be a lot more organic and fun for everybody to watch. So I already have one of those planned out. That should be up in the next couple days. The other video I'm planning on making is like last minute tips for 725, because 725 is right around the corner in World of Warcraft. I'm really excited about that. As far as other stuff, like I said, I'm going to be streaming more, so I'm not going to have as much filler content on my YouTube. So you're probably going to be seeing between 1 and 3 videos a week on YouTube, but then another 1 to 3 streams a week over on Twitch. So whichever medium is better for you guys, go ahead and do the thing, whatever makes you happy. I'm so bad at vlogging. It's been a month. I don't know how to vlog anymore. I'm sorry. What else is going on? Oh, I don't know if I touched on this in my last video, or if this is just something I discussed in my Twitch stream, but I have decided that I'm no longer going to be making P.O. Box unboxing videos. I may show some stuff that I get in my P.O. Box in a vlog or on stream, or take pictures of it for Instagram. But I kind of have had a couple people that have just, not anything like stalkery or creepy, not like that. I don't want to give people a false, I don't want people to think that we are closer friends than we are, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't want to accidentally lead anybody on, or I don't want people to feel like they have to send me things. And I also feel like people were kind of sending me things to see what my reaction was, and that was kind of leading them to send like crazier things or more expensive things. And like, that was never what my P.O. box was intended to be for. It was really, I just wanted, if you guys wanted to send me art or fan mail or whatever, like that's fine. But once like big things started coming, I felt really in this rock and a hard place where do I show it? Or do I not show it? Like, do I say thank you? Or do I not acknowledge it and look weird? Because the thing is, like, sometimes once people send you stuff and you say thank you, I love this so much, they need to send you more, and it becomes like compulsive. And I had an issue with somebody stalking me a couple years ago, and I just don't want to open the door up to that anymore. So if you would like to send me something for whatever reason, the P.O. box is still very much there. And, if you include your Twitter handle or something like that, like, I will do my best to say thank you. And if something really awesome and unique comes, I'll certainly show it on video, but I don't want this to turn into like a show-off, braggy type thing where I'm like, look at all this stuff. Not to mention, I have so much stuff that I'm in the process of trying to kind of downsize how much stuff I have. I don't need to be getting random things that I don't even necessarily like when I have so much stuff to begin with. So I hope that you guys understand where I'm coming from on that, because I know it seems like a weird whatever, but I didn't want to just stop making them and not tell anybody about it. I just didn't know how to handle it. But really, in recent times, it's felt like a little too much. I can't describe it any other way. It just makes me feel like most people, most human beings, when they do something or they give you something, there is some expectation of reciprocation. And when people are sending me these letters telling me their life story, and I understand there's a point in that where it's just like, oh, I'm just trying to relate to you. But some people really wanted me to like personally talk to them and like personally engage with them. And I can't be anybody's therapist. And I know there's a lot of YouTubers who will take the time to talk to people one-on-one. And I do my best to reply to comments and reply to tweets. But I am also my personal life is very separate from my internet life, and I would like to keep it that way. That's not to say there aren't some crossover things, but when that happens, it happens organically, and that's just, there's no formula to make it happen. It's just a natural thing, and I don't like feeling pressured. I don't know. I can't describe what I'm saying. You guys are probably going to think I'm being mean, but I don't mean it in a mean way at all. If anything, I mean it in a nice way, because I really don't want people spending their money to try to impress me, because that's not the kind of thing that impresses me anyways. Anywho, what else is going on? I really didn't want to talk about this, but Ninja died, my 20-year-old cat. He died a couple days ago. And I didn't really say anything about it, because I never know how to say anything, and I don't know. I'm hardened. I don't know how else to describe it, but my dad died, and it was a very traumatic thing when that happened, and the events following were very traumatic. And then when my grandma died, I was there with her when she died, and when Violet died, I was there with her when she died, and it was very unexpected. So I feel like I should be more sad about Ninja's passing than I am, and that makes me feel really guilty. And it's not that I'm not sad that I don't have him anymore. It's just that he was 20. So I just feel like I knew it was going to happen. I feel like he lived a really good life and he had a great quality of life, but I feel like I'm doing injustice to him by not being horribly depressed that he's gone. And that's a weird emotion that I need to deal with, because I don't know. I just feel like from my perspective, I've seen so much. I've seen things, man, that it just feels like I feel more happy that he made it to the age he was, and that he had a good quality of life right up until the end, and that, I don't know. I'm sad that he's gone, but isn't that the dream of every pet owner, to have your cat live to be 20? You know what I mean? That's so old. So I don't know. That's an upsetting situation, but I didn't want anybody to ask why he wasn't in videos, because he would often walk through the back with his majestic long-haired fur. But so yeah, that's happening. That happened. that's about it. If you guys didn't know, my sister lives in my old house. I rent it to her, and she's moving, so we're getting ready to sell it. And there was a leak in the roof that started like a couple months ago, and we finally had a roofer get out there to look at it, and we have to replace the whole roof on the house. And I felt this really weird, and I feel like a lot of times when I vlog as if no one's going to hear it. I know that's really bizarre, but it feels almost like on reality TV shows when they do the little confessional and they talk about whatever. Like, I feel like sometimes I vlog like that, and then some people think that I'm trying to like express these views to the world and brag or whatever, but really it's just me like kind of talking about my thoughts. And back to what I was talking about. So we had to replace the roof on the house, and it's odd that just made me feel grateful because I've had a lot of good opportunities in the past year or so, and I have money in my savings account. So having to replace the roof on that house is not crippling for me, and I just feel good that it's not bad. And it's weird because I feel like we live in this society where everybody's striving to do better and make more money and be more successful. But then once you reach a certain level of success, you are like shunned, and you're expected to not talk about feeling good about what you've done. And it's so weird because like adulting at its finest, I'm genuinely happy that I can afford to replace the roof on a house that I don't live in. And I like feel like that feeling I've been carrying around for like a day and a half without really saying anything to anyone. So if anybody takes that as me like bragging about how much money I have, it's not that. Because I really, again, if I can reiterate this, I really don't make that much money. I just feel like I'm kind of responsible with my money, which you probably don't believe with all my toys and crap, but I didn't buy a lot of these for the record. Anyways, getting back. So have to deal with the roof getting replaced on that, and then replacing or selling the house, which is kind of stressful because it's like 2 hours away, and I really don't want it to be vacant for very long. And I don't want it to get into the winter because I don't want to heat it, nor do I want to winterize it. So I'm really just hoping that house, maybe with like the brand new roof, people will be like, whoa, this is a great house to invest in. I don't have to worry about the roof, which is when you're buying houses, how old the roof is like one of the first questions. So I feel like in that price range, I think we paid $78,000 for that house. Like, there you go. You can see it's like not, this house was a little more expensive than that, but not really significantly so. But yeah, anyways, so like for a house in that price range, to hear like, oh, it has a literal month-old brand new roof, I feel like people would feel more inclined to put an offer in on that house than they would another house, even if they liked it more, just because of the, stability and feeling of safety involved with having a new roof. These are my problems. Also, my birthday is in 2 days, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm turning 29. I'm turning old. It's weird because I feel like I didn't age at all from 18 to like 27. And then last year, I feel like I aged so much, both like mentally and physically. And I don't know if it's because, like I had kind of rampant ADHD and anxiety problems, or if I'm just growing up, but I feel, I just feel like I'm so much more, my thoughts are always in the future and the big plan and the grand scheme of things, whereas I used to be a very impulsive, like now type person. And it's weird. It's a weird adjustment to make in life. I know we had talked a lot. I feel like I'm jumping from topic to topic. I'm really sorry. But I know in the past we've talked about, I was diagnosed with ADHD. We talked about the medications I took for that for a while. And update on that whole situation, I was switched to Wellbutrin for off-label treatment of ADHD. And in taking Wellbutrin, which is an antidepressant, it kind of made me realize that I had been struggling with depression for quite a while, and it wasn't something that I had realized was abnormal. And I think that's something that even like the way that we view depression and anxiety on social media, I feel like there's this weird thing where everybody is kind of depressed, but then like nobody wants to admit they're depressed. And then the people who are often talking about depression and being open about it are a little on the over the top side, like they're posting these like nobody understands me. And like, I don't know, like I don't want to call anybody dramatic. That's not what I mean. But a lot of times when you see things online associated with depression, people are often posting very depressing things. And I don't know if I'm conveying what I'm trying to say properly, but I guess I never thought that I had depression because I never saw myself as a depressed person. I just always had felt my neutral was low and that I had to work really hard to not have a bad day. And I sort of just thought that's how everybody felt, and that some people were just better at handling that than I was. And then after being on an antidepressant for about 2 weeks, it was very clear to me when I was waking up in these neutral moods every day, and it wasn't so like snappy, and it wasn't such an effort to not be grouchy, that, I needed to really work on myself if that was something I was dealing with. And then, of course, I was severely allergic to Wellbutrin, which I found out at about week 3. We tried another version of Wellbutrin, which was a different manufacturer, a different type of dosage, also allergic to that. So I've been on Buspar now for about a month. I think I started it like the second week of St. Jude. So I think it's been about a month. And Buspar is an anxiety medication, but it's also often used to treat depression off-label, which is weird because a lot of times depression medications are not good if you have anxiety, and anxiety medications are not good if you have depression. So I'm taking Buspar right now, which, while it is only approved at like FDA to be used for anxiety, it definitely treats depression as well. And I know it's the type of medication that people say it's like a very like it or hate it. It depends on how you react to it. But my experience so far has been positive. I feel, I'm not saying I feel like super happy every day. It's not like that, but I don't feel bad every day, like I don't have to kind of like fight to find the bright side of things. And I'm not always being so pessimistic and thinking on the worst side of things. And, at least when I wake up in the morning, I'm not saying I'm in a good mood, but I'm at least at a peaceful, calm, neutral mood, which I'm telling you, when I say I wasn't a morning person before, I mean I was not a morning person. And now I've had a much easier time in the last couple months since I've been, trying out different medications under the supervision of a doctor. Of course, I'm not like self-medicating. But since I've, been getting treatment, I've felt a lot better. And now that I know that Buspar is something that works for me, I do take, my doctor knows occasionally I'll take like half of an Adderall if I'm having a bad day for focusing, which usually happens if I haven't slept very well or if there's a lot of stress going on. And I feel so much better about taking a half of one of those once a week as opposed to taking 2 every single day. So I feel like right now I'm much more balanced. I'm better at managing stress. I feel like I'm better at time management. And I feel like when I do, if I have a short temper or if I find myself, veering towards, that negative side, that I'm so much quicker to notice and respond to it. And it's there's much less effort that goes into coming back from that place. So, so far, so good. I have a doctor's appointment this week or next week to talk to my doctor about how it's going. Yeah, and my therapist is on board with everything, so I feel like I'm doing a really good job adulting and trying to be my best self. And I know that a lot of times when I talk about like mental health or depression or anxiety or ADHD or whatever the hell is bothering me that day, a lot of people come forward and they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for talking about it. And what's terrible is that makes me really sad, because if somebody, had allergies and they talked about all the different allergy medicines that they tried, nobody would blink an eye at that. And I think it's really silly that we live in a day and age where medical science has come so far. If you look back to like the 1500s, women that had panic attacks were burned at the stake for being hysteria witches, and people were lobotomized and they were locked up, and, it's like, there were very savage methods of dealing with people who had mental illness or any sort of not on the straight and narrow. And I think we're so lucky to live in a time where we have so many things, whether it's exercise or yoga or meditation or therapy or medication or a combination of things or maybe something else that works for you. We have so many resources at our fingertips to make our lives better. And because of assholes, people don't want to go for those things. And if there's anything I can do to encourage you to seek out what will help you, I so want that for you, and I want that for everybody, because we live in this really strange society where if you can't There are people that will ruin their families' lives because they're refusing to take medication for a mental illness that they have. They get divorced. You have parents falling out of relationships with their kids. You have all these terrible things that happen when people refuse to get help. And, if you feel like your life is out of control or falling apart and you feel like that's coming from the inside, if you ever feel like those problems follow you around, there might be something you can do about it. So reach out, talk to friends and family, talk to your doctor. There are hotlines you can call. Like, please just do what you need to do to feel better, because we live in a time when there are so many resources to feel better that I just would hate that anybody doesn't when they can. So I think that's all that I have for you today. We talk about St. Jude, streaming, and Ninja, and mental health, which is what all my vlogs turn into, I guess. I probably talked about some other stuff in there, but I don't really remember. But yeah, so this was just kind of like a catch-up vlog. If you did not get my message from the get-go, thank you so much to everybody who donated to St. Jude, all my mods, everybody who came and hung out in the stream, everybody who was just in some way, shape, or form supportive. 2,000, there was something like wow, numbers are hard. And then I had the hiccups. I think the number of exact donations, if I remember correctly, was 12,611, which worked out to $5.03 being the average donation. So clearly my brain has given out. That happens when I film because it's hot from the lights and I'm staring at lights and whatnot and so on and so forth. But yeah, congratulations to everyone who won prizes. Congratulations to the Derp Squad and everybody who raised money for St. Jude, whether they were on my team or not. Thank you guys all so much for being just so wonderful and so supportive. I will have a Loot Crate unboxing for you guys pretty soon, as well as a Blizzard News video and a 7.25 video. And I'm probably going to stream at least one day this week. So yeah, that's all the things. I'm going to go. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. I love you all. You're in my hearts. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.